Okay, currency rules, yeah. So the last topic theory for this morning session will be on currency rules. Okay, so basically, as I mentioned earlier, I think I mentioned early in the morning just now, that every country in the world have their own currency, kan? Like Malaysia, our currency is known as ringgit. Semua currency di dunia, semua negara di dunia, they have their own currency yang diguna pakai oleh negara mereka. And all currency juga dengan nama juga telah disertakan dengan kod currency, that you need to know lah. Okay, so local currency fairs, say international fairs are published in local currency fair, and it is usually in the national currency of the country of commencement of international transportation. Example, so you know that international fair for Malaysia are denominated in Malaysian ringgit. So that is our currency called as Malaysian ringgit, which is the national currency of Malaysia. So world currencies also identified using codes. They are always identified by 3-letter codes, which are internationally recognized and used throughout the air transport and travel industry. Okay, these are some examples of world currencies and the 3-letter codes. For example, you know Malaysia tadi MYR kan? For Malaysia, and the name is ringgit. Okay, for Argentina. Country Argentina, their currency name is Argentine peso. Okay, and the code is ARS. For Austria, example, they uses euro. There are some countries that use euro. For example, the country, kalau if let's say you using euro, the code for euro is EUR. Bahrain dinar. Japan, Japanese yen. That's the name of currency, and the code is di sebelah kanan. India is Indian rupee, Vietnam guna dong, UK gunakan pound sterling, which is GBP, Russian Federation ruble, Singapore, their currency name is dollar, Singapore dollar, SGD. So di sebelah kanan dia adalah all the codes to identify the currency for each country. Okay, so macam mana nak ingatkan country the currency code ni kan, sebab you memang terlalu banyak sangat benda nak ingat kan, kod-kod kan, ada city, ada airline, ada apa nama ni, airport. Now you have to memorize the currency code pula. So untuk menyenangkan you untuk mengingat, so I pass the secret to you lah, bukanlah secret tapi untuk memudahkan. For example, so you know that each country also is identified using the code. Do you know what is our currency, our country code? Malaysia country code apa? Class?
MY.
MY is always 2 letters. 2 letters. So for country is 2 letter, for airline is 2 letter, city 3 letter, airport 3 letter kan. So currency 3 letter. Tapi untuk currency ni, cara mudah nak hafal adalah you use the country code and add up the code of the first initial letter of the name of the currency. For example, Malaysia tadi our country code is MY kan? MY. So MY, our name of currency is ringgit, right? So ringgit initial start with R. So that is the reason why you will get the currency code as MYR. MY for Malaysia, R for ringgit. Cuba tengok Singapore. Singapore country code dia SG for Singapore. So the name of their currency is dollar. So you akan dapat code dia sebagai SGD, Singapore dollar. Kan? United Kingdom, uses pound. United Kingdom is Great Britain, GB, Great Britain, GB, and then the name of the currency pound, so you can get the currency code as GBP. Itu adalah cara senang nak ingat lah. But still, you still have to know lah the country code before you are able to determine the currency code for each country. Boleh ya? Right. Okay, so now as I mentioned also earlier that the need for you to know the local currency fair ni, because sometimes your client, your customer, if let's say you are selling an inbound package and so on, they are from different country, they want to make payment in different currency, so you need to know to do the conversion, and follow accordingly to the rules of regulation according to IATA in terms of rounding untuk mendapatkan pembayaran itu dijalankan dengan betul, for the amount that the person need to pay ataupun your client need to pay. So each local currency has its own rounding unit. Rounding, ni kita nak belajar balik sekolah balik lah. I think you pun ada tak belajar rounding ni dekat bundar. Rounding is bundar to students. Rounding unit which is listed in the IATA rate of exchange table, IROE. Okay, so basically IATA has set up on the currency rule, ada dua ways of rounding, which is number one, rounding up, or sometimes it's called as full adjustment, atau do the round down or nearest rounding, which is half adjustment. Okay, let us look at number one, to round up. So full adjustment means you need to round up to the next higher unit. So this represent with the code H followed by the unit of rounding. Maksudnya jika memerlukan you round up, itu rules of the country untuk buat rounding, you kena round up, jadi you kena berpandukan kepada the ROE table. Okay, so saya akan pergi ke the last slide. So saya dah tinggalkan nota ni dalam you punya PowerPoint notes dalam phone dalam group WhatsApp you boleh refer nanti kejap lagi bila nak buat soalan. Okay, so these are an extract of the IATA rate of exchange table yang saya katakan tadi tu. So dia akan, actually this table is being updated 4 times a year, quarterly lah, 4 times a year 3 times, 4 times a year or 3 times a year. 4 bulan sekali tak silap saya. Dia akan update, so a new rate of exchange akan dipaparkan. Ni saya tak update lah sebab for the purpose of exercise, is just for you to know how to use this table. Okay, so for example, this is published by IATA tapi dah lama lah, tapi dia akan update. If you can get the current information on the currency regulation by IATA by visiting the IATA website to get the updated rate of exchange and their rounding procedures and so on. Okay, example look at example number 1 here. Macam mana kita nak baca, saya nak ajar macam mana nak baca to get information. Look at Argentina. Okay, Argentina dia menggunakan currency code yang diguna pakai adalah US dollar. Dia menggunakan US dollar. So US dollar, USD is the CCY code, currency code. Currency name is US dollar. So it is equal, 1 USD is equal to 1.00 lah. And then this is the rounding column yang you kena tahu lah, rounding instruction dia. So for US dollar, the rounding unit is 1. Okay, and then this one is others ni, ini column, this is fairs here, this equal, fair, others, and then this is decimal unit, and last kali note reference. Note reference ni adalah nota kaki note di bawah ini. So if let's say note number 5, you read number 5 for further instruction. Okay, so assuming we are reading the first country, currency, country Argentina uses the US dollar. US dollar is US dollar is equal to 1.00. This is a rounding unit instruction 1, and then the decimal unit adalah perpuluhan sen dia punya sen, jumlah sen dia kan, cents yang dia kena buat. So instruction dia adalah 2, maknanya tempat perpuluhan selepas you bundarkan 2 titik perpuluhan. And then this is the note reference instruction to use whether you have to use the round up atau nearest rounding. So instruction di sini adalah 1 dan 5. Ini you kena ingat lah. Jadi saya patah balik soalan Okay. So jika katakan For country that ask you to do how you want to round up a certain currency according to the rules of the country stated. Okay, jika kena buat full adjustment or round up, you have to round up represent with the code H, and then you have to proceed with the unit of rounding. So macam mana cara dia? Example, Indian rupee. India, dia menggunakan currency dia, nama dia rupee. Indian rupee is rounded to higher 5 or H5. Okay, kita simak balik ya. Apa nama ni? Ni, India. Ada India kat sini ke? Tak ada. India. Ada tak yang 5 kat sini ya? Kita tengok Denmark. India tak ada kat sini, tapi tak apa. Denmark, you refer to Denmark, see Denmark. Denmark, the currency code is DKK, the currency name is Kron. This is the equal ataupun Denmark equal to how many in neutral unit of construction dia, unit dia. And then rounding unit fairs dia, ada instruction dia suruh you 5 diberi. Tapi sekarang ni you nak tahu sama ada you nak bundar round up atau you want to do nearest rounding. So how you want to get that information, you baca dekat belakang ni, note reference. Note reference dia nombor 8. So baca nombor 8. So nombor 8 mengatakan you need to refer the PAT General Rule Book Section 11 for Source of Banker Rate of Exchange. Dia tak ada apa-apa mengatakan you suruh round out ke, round down ke. Macam contoh kalau note 4, dia dah bagi instruction rounding of fares and other change charges shall be to the nearest rounding. So dia dah indicate nearest rounding, that means you need to round down. Tapi yang nombor 8 tadi for Kron ni is 8 kan? Tapi unit of fare instruction dia whether to round up or round down, dia unit dia adalah 5 kan? Tapi instruction is it round up ataupun round down to the nearest rounding. When you read number 8, it does not mention is specific instruction to round up or round down. So jika tidak ada specific instruction, automatically it will be to round up. Round up So procedure dia round up. So maknanya you kena round up lah sebab dia tak ada apa-apa. 8 is very general, so tidak apa pernyataan yang spesifik, is always by default you have to round up. So round up means you need to put the code H, means higher. Higher, next higher unit lah. So H, round up or full adjustment is the practice that you need to do for in the case of Denmark. So for India tadi, katakan sebab saya punya appendix tadi is a selection of countries, sama juga. Dia punya rounding unit ada 5 and then mungkin dia note 8 juga kat belakang reference tu. So you need to do, this is the higher 5 punya rounding. Okay, so ini adalah macam mana nak identify sama ada you need to round up ataupun do a nearest rounding. Belum buat calculation lagi, cuma nak identify dahulu. Okay, that is number 1 scenario. Number 2 is nearest rounding. So ada 2 tadi kan, IATA rate of exchange punya rounding kan, round up or nearest round down, rounding ataupun round down, or half adjustment, another word there. So half adjustment means what nearest rounding? You round off to the nearest unit which is represented in this module with the code N. So H for round up, N for nearest rounding. Example, US dollar. US dollar, dia punya rounding unit procedure is you need to round to the nearest one ataupun N1. And this means you need to take half of the unit 1 of 1 which is 0.5. Half, satu maknanya separuh jadi 50 sen lah kan. So maksudnya you kena tengok kat decimal dia. And if the next decimal after the unit is 0.5 and higher, you akan round up to the next higher one. In this example, look at example, jika harga tambang ataupun harga itinerary keseluruhan dia dalam mata wang USD 120.8, So you kena semak the IROE table, look for the rule for rounding. So tadi dia dah beritahu kan, US dollar is 1 and then baca note reference dia. Okay, kita tengok ada tak note reference Saya buka balik. Okay. Okay, USD, USA, 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 see, USD, see, USA. The second last one, USA uses the USD, US dollar is 1.00, rounding unit tadi 1. So macam ni nak tahu sama dia H1 atau N1, tengok dekat note reference. So note reference is number 4, right? So number 4, read the number 4 in notes, rounding of fair and archer shall be to the nearest. So dia dah beritahu nearest rounding. So nearest rounding means N lah. That's how you determine to use N1 for USD. Okay, so in this example, this is the further instruction. That means after you want to do, how you want to do N1 ni untuk harga ini USD 1 to 0.8, tengok dekat dia punya, tadi dia kata apa tadi? You take half of the unit 1 which is 0.5 to the next decimal after unit 5 and higher, you round up. Maksudnya jika tengok sen dia separuh daripada unit dollar tadi, so this macam ni nak terangkan you nak ajar kat student you macam contoh, tahu kan ini SAR, ni puluh, ini ratus, betul? Ini sen kan?
Ya, Puan.
Okey, jadi kalau perpuluhan 5 ke atas 5 point higher, maksudnya sen dia lebih dari 50 sen, walaupun dia N1 nearest rounding, bundar ke bawah, tapi oleh kerana perpuluhan sen dia lebih dari 50 sen, you akan round up. So that is why you akan dapat 121.00. Jika kata soalan dia 120.30, you kena bundarkan, round down. You dah tahu dia N1 kan? Oleh kerana rules dia, if 0.5 and below, you akan round down. So that means your answer will be 1 to berapa?
0.
Perpuluhan 00. 00 ni, the practice is you also need to search back you punya decimal unit dia. Dia ada instruction how to write the decimal unit ataupun decimalnya collection. So for US dollar, USD is 2. 2 ni maksudnya selepas titik perpuluhan ada 20 lah. Kalau dia tidak ada, kalau you punya decimal dia, unit dia kosong, maksudnya you write your answer as 1 to 1 sahaja. Kalau oleh kerana USD tadi decimal places dia 2, maksudnya selepas titik perpuluhan kena tuliskan 20. Then that's the answer lah. So this is the explanation on how to do the rounding procedures. Boleh Saya teruskan. Okay, so how do you round? How would you know if you have to round up? Ini saya dah terangkan tadi lah. You baca footnote dekat reference dekat kolom yang hujung sekali. So the table will instruct you to always round up. Kalau tidak ada apa-apa perkataan ataupun penyataan macam note 8 tadi, you baca note 8 dia tidak ada spesifik penyataan to round up or round down, then automatically it will be to the next higher unit, H lah. Okay, so if there are note, find out if the notes override the general instruction in the IROE header. So example, if one such note is note 5, according to note 5, rounding of fares and other charges shall be to the nearest rounding unit. Contoh, so it's N5. So example, so that's how to know the instruction whether or not to do a H ataupun N, highest rounding or nearest rounding. Okay, let's look at the example. So is it in this example diberi currency dalam euro. Okay, look at the first example. Is the harga yang di calculation of the fare contoh adalah €5 543.4.3. So now what is the rounded local currency fare that you need to charge to your passenger? So you have to refer to your IROE table to consult how to do the rounding. Is it higher or is it nearer? So you have checked tadi euro tadi unit 1 kan, and then to determine whether it's higher or nearer, you look at note reference, so dia tidak ada apa-apa indikasi as tu. So auto by default it will be H for higher. So now you have established the rounding unit procedure for euro is higher 1. So now the next step is to know to round up to get the exact rounded amount for euro 5434.1. So macam mana kita nak bundarkan ni? Macam mana? Dapat tak jawapan yang sama macam ni? So sekarang ni, ni kan saya kata dia 4, 5, 4, 3. Yes. So this satu ni kedudukan dia kat mana? Kat situ yang kita tengok ni kedudukan dia dekat SARS. Jadi the next higher unit of 1 after 4 would be 5. So that is the reason you get 5435 and then check again dia punya decimal places. Kalau tadi euro tadi guna apa? 2 kan? Euro. Mana ada tak euro sini? Ada yang guna euro pula soalan ni. Alamak. Kalau euro dia sepatutnya tulis 2 kat situ. So that is how you betul. Euro. So that means titik puan 00. You write the answer. Okay. Tengok ni. Contoh yang ni Contoh ini populahan 09. So how you want to do the correct rounding? Rounded amount. So you know it's H1, then you bundarkan yang ni. So kalau H1 dekat nombor 4 yang akan berubah kan figure SAR ini. Jadi 5, 4, 3, the next high unit of 5 would be sepatutnya 5 kan. Tapi oleh kerana selepas titik perpuluhan dia is already a 0. Ni expression saya tak sempat nak cakap yang ni. The example above show a unrounded amount local classifier euro is fully adjusted to the next higher 1 as long as the next decimal after the unit of 1 is not a 0. You have to round out to the next higher 1. Maksudnya selepas titik perpuluhan, selepas the nombor SAR itu bukannya kosong. In this example tadi is already titik perpuluhan is already a 0. Selepas titik perpuluhan 0 jadi you tidak boleh further round up. As long as yang selepas titik perpuluhan ni bukan kosong, baru you boleh buat H1. But in this case, dia akan tidak bundarkan ke next higher 1. Dia akan kekal 5434.00. Boleh Yang ni of course lepas titik perpuluhan 9 is not a 0, then dia akan automatically bundar ke next higher unit of 1 after 4 would be 5. Okay, the last one is 5439.8. This one pun sama. So the next higher unit of 9 is 10 kosong jadi 4 lah. 5440.00. Boleh Okay, let's look. Okay, ni saya dah terangkan tadi. So as long as next is not a 0, you have to round out to the next higher unit of 1. After rounding, tadi saya kata semak your decimal unit column. To know whether or not how to write you punya rounded amount. Kalau 2 tulis 2 maksudnya selepas titik perpuluhan mesti ada 2 kosong and so on. Okay. Alright. In this example, ini menggunakan Denmark tadi DKK. Denmark Krone. Nama the name of the currency. So tadi saya dah tunjukkan dekat array table for Krone is rounding unit dia adalah 5. So is it high or nearest rounding or higher 5? So you baca note reference nombor 8 tadi kan. So automatically it will be high 5, higher 5 because there's no further instruction to round up atau round down. Automatically it will go to H5. Okay, so now macam mana nak bundarkan ni kepada setiap bundar atas 5, setiap 5, gandaan 5 lah kan? Betul ke perkataan saya gandaan 5? So jawapan dia mesti dalam gandaan 5, betul? The next higher 5, betul tak? Saya punya term tu kadang-kadang saya English dengan BM ni kurang sikit. Betul ke dalam the next higher unit of 5 that means dalam gandaan 5 ke atas. Betul ke term tu?
Ya.
Okay. Jadi the 3332.3. So 5 ni figure besar juga kan. So kat sini lah perubahan dia dekat nombor 2 yang akan jadi perubahan. Jadi 3 bukan 2 campur 5 but the next higher unit of 5 after sebab 32 bukan dalam gandaan 5 kan. So dalam gandaan 5 sepatutnya 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Atasnya 30, the next one is 35. Betul? So 32 bukan dalam gandaan 5. So the next higher unit of 5 would be 35. So kalau nearest rounding ke bawah it should be 30. Faham ya cikgu ya? So this one in this case the next higher unit will be 35. So tak ada titik perluan, kenapa? Sebab kalau you tengok tadi di KK Kron, dia punya decimal unit dia kosong. So you have to write the correct answer dia DKK 3335. Macam tu. Boleh? So the next question ni pun sama prinsipal dia. As long after the unit, decimal unit is not a zero, so you do not need to further round. Kan? Jadi kat sini memang dah dalam gandaan 5. 5, 10 kan, 30 kan, memang 30 and then next one is 35 katanya. So 30, belakang dia pun is already a zero after decimal, then you do not need to further round up. So it will remain as 3330. So in this example yang ni, selepas titik puluhan is a number, not a zero. So you have to further round up. So the next unit of 5 after 30 would be 35 lah. So 3335, that's the answer. This one, can you get the answer? So 39 is not dalam gandaan 5. So the next unit of 5 after 39 would be 40. Betul? So you will get 3340. And the last example for Kron, 3399, you akan dapat 3400. Semua dapat jawapan yang sama macam example ni, cikgu? Boleh? Cikgu?
Ya. Boleh Puan.
Jangan saya cakap seorang you all dah pergi makan, tinggalkan saya ya. Tolong
Ada.
Okay, sebab saya dah tak nampak ni saya full screen the slide ni Okay, so for Denmark Kron tadi, it says that is another example of currency that is fully adjusted. However, rounding unit is to the higher 5 means you need to round up to the next multiple of 5. Next multiple is correct term. Tapi kalau dalam Melayu, it will be gandaan lah kan? Dalam gandaan tinggi kan? The next 5 kan? After completing the rounding requirement, always look for whether to satisfy last requirement which is not to show any decimal. Check your decimal places. Yeah? Whether or not is titik puluhan tu lepas tu kosong atau tidak. Kalau kosong, you tidak perlu untuk further round. Kan? So this is because there are 0 decimal, dia tulis dekat decimal unit dia kosong, jadi you akan tidak tulis titik perpuluhan di dalam jawapan you. Okay, ni another example This is another example of full adjustment to the next higher decimal of ini decimal places dia yang nak kena buat regulation rules dia dekat titik perpuluhan dia, dekat decimal yang ada perubahan. Perpuluhan 1. Which means that you have to look at the second decimal place. So this is the decimal position which is 1 position beyond the unit of rounding. So if the second decimal is a 0, you do not need to round any further. So after rounding, show the required 3 decimal places for the Jordanian dinar. Okay, kita tengok ada tak Jordanian dinar? Jordan, ada Jordan Kita just tengok dulu dia punya rules in the IROE. Okay, for Jordan, Jordan dinar, JOD is the currency code. Okay, rules dia memang 0.1 untuk rounding procedure dia. Adakah round high or round near? Nombor berapa? 8. 8 maksudnya automatically H lah. So apa? H 0.1. That is the rounding procedure dia. Okay, and then tengok juga decimal unit dia tulis berapa? 3. Maksudnya you kena laporkan 3 titik perpuluhan selepas you bundarkan. Okay, kita patah balik dekat example tadi. Okay, Jordanian dinar Example, if let's say the amount is 6784.39. So you have determined the rounding procedure, rounding unit dia H01, 0.1. So how to round 0.1? So maksudnya perubahan akan berlaku kat sini kan, titik perubahan 3. 3 ni the changes akan berlaku kat sini. So the next higher unit of 0.1 after 0.3 would be 0.4. See? 0.4. So 0.4 tadi decimal places dia tunjuk 3. So selepas titik perpuluhan kena ada 1, 2, 3. 3 decimal places. Senang kan? Ini pun sama praktis tadi. Selepas titik perpuluhan is already a 0. No. Bukan. Sebab dia punya decimal criteria dia perpuluhan 1. Maknanya perubahan dia dekat sini. Kan? Dekat sini maksudnya dia tidak ambil kira lah. Melainkan kalau katakan dekat sini, macam contoh yang ni yang ketiga ni. Perpuluhan 903 tapi perubahan dekat sini. Perubahan kat sini sepatutnya you akan tengok selepas prosedur dia, adakah selepas tu kosong. So it's already a 0 selepas tempat perubahan itu berlaku kan. Jadi you tidak perlu further round. See, that's why you can see the answer would be 900. Baik, yang ni tempat perpuluhan yang akan berubah adalah selepas titik-pulang kosong kat sini kan, 0.1 kan, here kan. So the next higher unit of 0.1 after 0 would be 0.1 lah. So that's why you can see the answer 6784.100. Okay, look at the last question, 6789.98. So here in this example, you need to round yang 9 ni kan, puluhan 9 ni. So the next higher unit of 1 after 9 will be 10. So kosong sini akan jadi 90 lah. So 6790.000. Boleh? Okay. This one is how to round down. Tadi yang 3 example tadi adalah example round up. Now is round down. Round down. Apa round down tadi? Round down dia adalah you akan tengok decimal dia tadi kan. Dia cakap tadi kan decimal dia lebih daripada 50 sen, you kena round up. Kurang 50 sen, round down. Walaupun instruction dia N for nearest rounding. Okay. So look at the example for number 1, USA tadi ataupun Utopia. Utopia menggunakan US dollar, dia currency ya. So let's say the amount is, the raw amount is 1234.39. So procedure N1. So the answer would be, kat mana perubahannya? Dekat 4 ni kan. 4 ni berlaku. Tapi kena tengok apa? Sen dia. Sen dia sekarang kurang daripada 50 sen. Kalau kurang 50 sen, jadi you tidak perlu further round up. So dia akan kekal menjadi 1234.00. In this example, sen dia less than 50 pun sama kekal macam satu lah, you do not need to further round. This one is oleh kerana the decimal dia more than 50 cent, then you need to further round up, you can jadi 1234.00. Ni you check decimal places dia lah. Decimal places dia for USA is 2. So you kena laporkan titik tuan kosong dekat belakang tu jawapan. And the last question is 2300 lah, dapat kan? Jawapan yang sama ya. So that's example of nearest rounding. Okay. So mungkin kita boleh buat tak semualah sebab dah lebih masa ya. Mungkin kita akan just buat 2 atau 3. Saya akan panggil mungkin 2 atau 3 orang lah untuk jawab soalan ni. Boleh? Kita buat soalan mana? Okay, can I call siapa nak buat? Roslidiawati. Ada dalam ni? No Roslidiawati? Nur Roslidiawati? Tak ada?
Ada puan, sorry.
Okay, boleh tak jawab soalan yang okay, kita buat Malta? The second one. Atau you nak buat Hong Kong? Okay, buat Hong Kong lah, Hong Kong. Okay, boleh tengok the IRE table yang saya letakkan dalam group WhatsApp tu dekat last slide tu untuk to know whether the instruction to do nearest rounding or higher rounding. Yeah. So you kena fillkan maklumat, name the currency code, name what is the rounding unit instruction, is it H1 ke atau N1 ke, and then you have to get the rounded amount, jawapan dia. So fill in the 3 columns tu. Okay? Okay, Ros?
Boleh.
Okay, do the question.
Okay, mau besarkan sedikit Puan.
Besarkan sikit ya. Saya cuba naikkan ke atas. Kenapa? Naik atas. Okay, boleh? Yang ni boleh tak?
Okay.
Okay. Asyik macam ni je. Nampak dah muka you. Degil pula benda ni. Hey. Boleh lah ni. Okay, Hong Kong. The amount, the raw amount is 185.1843.85. Okay, cuba. Cuba Ros. Boleh pandukan the IRE table dalam you punya ni ya. Dalam you punya slide PowerPoint yang saya bagi tu. Untuk dapatkan
currency code dia dollar.
Hong Kong dollar. So Hong Kong dollar, what is the new currency code?
710.
Hong Kong is HKD kan? Currency code is HKD. And then what is the rounding unit dia? Rounding unit dia apa?
10.
N. So is it H ataupun N? You kena tuliskan H10 or N10? H10 or N10?
H point.
H. So is H10 So you tuliskan H10 dekat rounding unit. Okay, so based on that information, do the rounded amount.
18550.
1850.
100.
And then what is the decimal unit dia?
8. So
Decimal.
Zero.
Zero. So macam mana you nak jawab? You nak tulis the correct answer. So you
decimal
need
zero. Sorry.
HKD, write the currency code. HKD 18. Is it? Kena ada titik perpuluhan ke Maxwell?
Tak ada. Tak ada doktor.
Tengoklah you punya decimal places tu. Aduh, decimal places kan kosong. Jadi jawapan dia HKD 1850. That's it. Tak ada lagi buat dot kosong-kosong ke kosong ke apa ya. Kalau salah tu decimal places tu, saya kalau student pangkah walaupun you jawab betul sebab tak betul. Jangan nak pandai-pandai kecil-kecil boleh besarkan you punya tu ya. Okay, let's do the second one ya.
Okay.
Maxwell jawab soalan 2. 222.34. Look at Malta.
Okay, 222.34 Malta.
What is the rounding instruction there? Malta is MTL, the currency code. So rounding unit dia?
Lira 0.1.
5? Rounding unit dia?
0.1. 0.1.
Rounding unit 0.1?
Sorry, 5.
Hello, dah rabun ke you all ni?
Ya, kecil sangat madam.
Satu.
Okey, 1.
Jadi satu H1 ke N1?
Ya ampun, kejap ya. Kejap, Malta 1.
N1.
Kenapa N? Baca note number 5 kan?
Dia
So
punya
note number
note
5. Yes, note number 5 dia dah bagi instruction next to you need to do nearest rounding. So it's N1. Yeah, so rounding unit you can tulis N1. Okay, what is the rounded amount, Maxwell?
2. Kejap ya. 0.1. 222.4. Kejap ya, 11 sudah. 222.40 doktor, betul nggak?
222 perpuluhan?
40.
What is the rounding result? Decimal dia berapa?
Okay, 00. 2 meter.
Kan dia punya rounding unit tadi N1 kan, bukan N0.1. N1 maksudnya perubahan dia dekat 3 sar dia 2. So 2, 2, 2 sebab decimal dia bawah dari 50 sen. 3 kat situ kan. Jadi you just further round down. So it will be 2, 2, 2 point. Decimal places untuk markah 2 kan.
Ya.
0.00. Boleh?
Okey, madam. Saya keliru yang dua ni, madam.
Okay, Japan Saya nak siapa Norleha. Norleha tak jawab lagi kan? Norleha, are you there?
Ya Puan.
Tolong jawab soalan Japan tu.
Japan. 34.44. Japan, kejap ya. Kod JPY.
Okay.
Rounding unit 100
Baik.
Itu
Betul tak 100? Ya, 100. Betul.
100.
Round unit 100 tu H ke N?
N.
N 100.
H.
H. Kodo H.
Tu baca note nombor 29 tu. Apa dia tulis?
29 H H Puan, betul.
Kan round up kan. Round up means round higher lah. So H 100.
Okay.
So that is the rounding unit procedure dia, H 100. So what is the rounded amount based on H 100?
Okay. Amount. Ya. 40. Tiga empat.
Ya ke?
100.
Macam mana nak sebab dia 34 single tu.
So the next
Ada
one
ratus kan?
100. 100 dekat mana figure dia tu? Tu jawapan dia macam mana?
Kosong ke?
Kosong.
Kosong ke?
100.
100 lah.
Oh.
So the next higher unit of 100 34 kan sampai 100, tapi dia tak ada instruction you round down ke apa kan. So the next higher unit, so that means the next higher unit is 100 lah after 34. Okay, so the decimal places dia berapa?
No, kosong. No,
Decimal
kosong. Tiada, kosong.
kosong. Jadi you akan tulis jawapan dia sebagai JPY 100. Boleh Okay, kita buat satu round down. Saya rasa sekejap ya. Cuba you buat yang Iraq tu. Iraq. Saya nak you buat Iraq. The last question Iraq sebelum kita stop untuk hari ni. Iraq saya nak Syafawani. Tak pernah jawab lagi kan? Syafawani are you there?
Ya, doktor.
Jangan escape. Syafawani, can you do the example on Iraq please?
I'm trying.
Okay, cuba. So Iraq, the raw amount 456.9876. Okay, look at the IROE table. Okay, for Iraq, what is the currency code is IQD, and then what is the rate of exchange dia? You kena buat apa?
Dinar.
Iraq is dinar, the name of currency. The currency code is IQD. Okay, what is the rounding unit procedure?
Nombor 8.
Apa dia rounding unit procedure dia?
0.1.
0.1 kan?
Doktor.
0.1 tu dulu tengok dulu dekat rounding unit dia 0.1. Lepas tu tengok note reference dia nombor berapa tadi?
8.
8. Maksudnya kena buat apa? H kan? That means you round up the next higher unit of 0.1. Okay. Get the rounded amount. Berapa?
For 6. Oh, 1.
Berapa? Ulang.
460.000.
460.
Iya.
Titik perpuluhan dia kat mana ni?
Makan. 9.
Dia
9.
aku dekat mana? Dekat selepas titik perpuluhan, bukan yang dekat depan tu. Ni sah kan 0.1. 0.1 kat mana? Dekat sini, dekat 9 ni yang bawah. Jadi berapa?
57.
57.00.
Berapa? Again?
457.000.
Saya tak dengar.
457.000.
Point 0.00. Yes.
Salah tulis tadi Puan. Ingat 9.
9. Dapat tak Syafawani?
Dapat 457.0.
That's 457 point and then look at the decimal places. And then decimal places 3 jadi 457.000. Boleh? Okay, boleh?
Okay, Puan. InsyaAllah.
The rest nanti kamu boleh buat untuk latihan. Kejap lagi saya akan hantar latihan untuk pukul 11 sampai 1 lah. Untuk you buat sendiri on your self time lah. Not self time, maksudnya kena buat tapi your self assessment. Okay. Alright, so any questions that you want to ask before we end our class for the morning session? Any question? Yes or no? Okay. So basically the first section tadi we have covered 2 topics lah. We are done on the theory part of the topic.